What's up, guys? Welcome back to our podcast called The Blue Room. I'm your host, Joel. With me, I got Eric and Mac. Make sure to follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Also, stay tuned for our new episodes coming out every Tuesday and Saturday. Guys, today's topic is what is something that in your culture that you hate/like? So
that we hate and like?
Yeah, so I would say
one thing that we hate and one thing that
I would
like.
say let's start with hate. How about our culture?
One thing that
I would say for sure, why are we Hispanics so fucking toxic and cheap?
Cheap?
Bro, I've known many Hispanic people that I know, coming from my family too, that are really fucking cheap and toxic as fuck. I don't know. And most of my friends are like Hispanic too, Mexican.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying some are cheap, but some are toxic. And then some are not, some are cheap, but not toxic.
And some are cheap and toxic.
And some are cheap and toxic. But you know, it's just, I guess it's just like who we are, I guess, right? Like,
yeah.
I don't know how for the Filipinos.
Yeah, you go first.
Yeah, well,
Well, it's kind of what Eric was saying. It's kind of the same thing.
It's because it's very similar. So like both of our cultures, I'm Latino too, Mexican, and then both of our cultures got conquered by the same.
Yeah, so
the same
200 years, I think. Yeah, 200 years we got conquered by Hispanic.
Yeah, so it's very similar with very similar origins, I guess you could say, of like cultures melding together.
Yeah.
You have a lot of Spaniard stuff in our culture and a lot of Spaniard stuff in your culture.
Yeah.
But yeah, one thing for sure, and I've never been able to understand because like I'm part of it too, is why are like Latinos or Mexican people always late?
Either for a party,
late.
for work.
Yeah.
You know what we call it? Filipino time. No?
That's what I'm saying. It's very relatable.
That's what I'm saying. Is
And it's true because it's like it's a known thing like in Latino culture. If you're gonna go to a party and the party starts at 3, you go at 4 or
Why
you go at 5.
Not show up at 7 or 8.
Yeah, and then you say, "Oh, we're gonna go at 4 or at 5," and then you show up at 7 or 8. And no one's ever on time.
So...
You in your head, if you're planning a party, you already think, "Okay, I'm gonna tell everyone to come at 12." Because I know they're gonna come at 3 hours late. So if they come at 2 or 3, then that's kind of cool. That's kind of where I want to start the party.
Yeah.
So that's when I'm gonna start the party.
Exactly.
And it's like, it's the same thing. Like for me, like I always feel like I'm always running late. Like I don't know why I can't plan stuff correctly, and I'm always like behind. Yeah.
Have you ever had like you plan something ahead and it always never happened?
Yeah. No. It's like that.
It's something that goes wrong.
Yeah, like anything that you plan out, like you lay them out too. Like, okay, this is what we're gonna do. Blah blah blah. And then when the actual day that you're gonna do it, it never happened what you want it to be.
Yeah.
True.
I feel like that's also part of like our culture because like of the whole laziness thing.
Oh no,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah.
Because like it'll be like I have to be somewhere at 10:30 and it's 9:30 and I haven't gotten dressed, I haven't showered, and I'm over here doing some other bullshit.
Some other shit,
I'm like, I'm good. I still got time. It's 10. It takes me 30 minutes to get to where I need to get to, and it's 10 o'clock. I'm like, oh, if I speed through traffic,
I still gotta get ready. I still gotta shower.
No, but I'm like, I'm good. Like if I speed through it, I can get there in like 25 minutes. So I still got time. And then it hits 10:05, and I'm like, well, they already know I'm gonna be late anyway.
Yeah.
So
it's just you keep telling yourself
Yeah.
excuses.
And
Okay,
just
I'm
keep
just gonna
pushing
keep
back.
backtrack.
I'm gonna be late.
Yeah, and then once it's like 10:15, I'm like, oh shit, I'm late.
I gotta go.
I've been late the last 15 minutes.
Yeah, see, I don't know, like I kind of relate to that too, cause like, you know, like with the whole like my
That's
dad and my
crazy.
mom always like either.
You guys use big
No, and then
babe for rub too, right?
No, and then here's the crazy part too. When it comes to either a trip, you have to board the plane.
Oh yeah, bro. Yeah,
Your boarding starts at 3. Motherfuckers, we're there like at 12. In the morning, like 12
What you
or
mean
10 in the
12?
morning. Yeah, because like
Yeah,
well, he
I
knows
know.
what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so I don't know why it's like the Latino dad is like, all right, we have to. Our flight leaves at 3, so we gotta be there at 9 a.m.
Yes.
Like
Why?
bro, why?
Yes.
Why do we
And
have to
that's
do
like
this
the
already?
Like early.
Yes.
Yeah,
super.
but
Same thing as us, like 3 to 5 hours early.
Yeah, but like
We have to
why?
be there.
I don't know.
You're sitting at the airport. You're like,
And
we
then-
got nothing to do for 3 hours.
Yes.
What do you-
Because we got here too early.
They keep looking at their passport to 20 times before the flight.
Yes.
Make sure, like,
Make sure that that's the correct
But
one.
it's the same thing.
And
It's like
And then they print out their
the itinerary.
Yeah. They print them out
Yeah.
all the documents that they needed.
Yeah.
Print them
Even
out.
the certificates.
Yeah,
and shit,
yeah.
like,
Social
Social
and then they have
Security.
everything on that
And
little
then
folder.
they have that little phone.
Yes, in that little folder. And if they lose that folder, your identity's gone.
Yeah, that's
Like,
it.
someone's
That's
missing
Everything is in there. Green card.
That's it. The
everything
whole
in there.
trip, the whole ride is gonna be all stressed with your dad and your mom complaining, saying you did something.
Yeah, and I don't know.
And then they lost it, and then they blame one of their family
Yes,
Like, why didn't you
yes.
keep an eye on it? I'm like, oh, I didn't know.
Like you had it. Like,
I'm 10 years old. I don't know.
I know.
Keep these papers.
well, I mean, now I do want to jump into the likes, just so people are like, damn, these motherfuckers are hating on Mexicans.
Well, I'm just gonna keep going on.
Man,
but-
fuck. No, but, you know, the likes for sure is the food.
Food.
Okay, hands down. Latino, Mexican,
the one I cook all
Filipino.
the time?
Oh hell yeah, bro!
Yeah,
You gotta be
yeah,
making some
no,
bomb ass food at
yeah.
work.
Yeah, no, it's
But even like bro, Mexican food is fire. You can't go never wrong with
yeah.
Mexican food.
And honestly, it's like there's so much compared to like I would say like I don't want to be messed up, but like a lot of European cultures. At least for me, anyways, their food is very bland. Not a lot of, and it's supposed to be that
No
way.
disrespect.
Yeah, it's supposed to be that way. That's
Yeah.
the origin of how back in the day spices was a luxury. That's and that's how they grew up without those
spices, yeah.
But how we grew up, we had those spices.
Yeah, we had all of it,
threw
Mix it all
everything.
around, yep.
You throw everything in there. You got your freaking 10 racks of spices, and you throw all 10 racks of spices in whatever you're making.
Finish the whole bottle.
Yeah, and
If you
it's like-
gotta experiment, do it.
You gotta experiment.
Exactly.
It
Yeah,
comes
you
out
gotta throw
good.
something in. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's one thing I was like, and I think that might also be a testament also to Spain conquering us because Spain uses a lot of cured, a lot of salts. So like, I don't know if you guys have seen any videos on like cooking stuff or like
I
people
do.
like food bloggers in Spain, where they have like a lot of hams,
Oh, yeah,
cured
yeah,
hams. Pretty much like if you have like the Italian equivalent of like prosciutto or like dried meats and stuff like that,
Yeah.
they have a lot of that specifically
it-
with ham.
French, mostly they cook like pork. They like pork. Was it?
Honestly, I'm not too familiar with French,
I'm pretty sure it is like
French
they
food.
like pork. Yeah,
but I do know that they do.
if I'm not mistaken.
But with a lot of Spanish stuff, it's a lot of cured meats, a lot of salted meats. So, like Spain uses spice. They're known for their spice, and it makes sense because they're right next to Morocco,
Yeah.
which Morocco has a lot of spice,
Yeah.
and so it has a little bit of that influence. But yeah, for sure, like you can't go wrong with like some like enchiladas
Oof.
or some like when you made the what's it called the
Which one?
The- Is that gross?
What is
no, you made it was a Filipino food.
Pancet?
Adobo?
It was a soup. It was a soup. You made a soup.
Oh, the chicken soup?
No,
Or
it wasn't the chicken.
Was
soup.
like
Is it the orange one?
It wasn't pho. No, it was.
Is
you
it the
told me it was a
orange?
Filipino soup.
Oh, Mickey Latte.
I think that's.
Oh, fuck,
what
it's-
It has that orange color
yeah,
to it?
yeah.
Oh, it
when
is
you made
Mickey Latte.
that shit was bomb, dude. And I
Yeah.
never had it.
You remember
and
you
I-
said it tastes like ramen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember I was having it, and I was like, "This is kind of a funky color to have for a soup."
But it was fire.
I'll try it anyways because I'm up for willing to give everything a try. That thing was so good, and it reminded me of like a very hearty, like pozole,
Mhm.
yeah, or something like that. Yeah, it was really really good. And
And I made the noodles.
Yeah.
yeah, from
homemade.
scratch, from scratch, yeah. And yeah, no, for sure, food hands down. And we're biased because that's our culture.
Oh, of
but
course,
I
yeah.
feel like as far as like tiers of food,
I would say
like
for
yeah,
sure.
we're up there,
We're up there.
with
Yeah.
some of the higher.
No,
And
back
another,
then,
oh, go ahead.
back then, like my food culture wasn't like well known until like I think recent years it started like popping up like on YouTube, like maybe because of like people blogging like or mukbang or chef.
Yeah, people are being
influencer.
more worldly now.
Yeah.
They know what.
And now
foods
I
are
was
available.
like, what the heck? I didn't know that. Like it became like being well known our food.
Yeah.
yeah,
Because
it's
we're
mainstream,
like we're
yeah.
conquered with like Spaniards, Chinese, all that. Like it's all mixed in the Philippines.
Yeah.
So like if you see the food, it's all like kind of like
influences of
influences everything.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
I agree too. And, you know, I kind of to mix it around with the whole like thing. I also too with all cultures. And I feel like with the Filipinos too. I feel like when it comes to either having your back and just being there for like family or friendships, I feel like
Very welcome.
very welcomed.
Yeah.
Their hospitality. I feel
Yeah.
like that's one of the things that as Mexicans, Latinos, Hispanics, Filipinos, that we're really welcoming when you meet a stranger, when you welcome someone to their house. You know, you make them feel like they're welcome. You know, it's like their home, a second home.
Yeah, you offer them
water,
coffee
anything,
right away.
right? You know,
Shelter.
and I've been with multiple, you know, like friends and, you know, multiple families, and I kind of seen the differences from us and, you know, other people, how they are, you know, and how they react. So it kind of gives us that, you know.
And us, like, we don't send our kid when they're like turn 18 years old.
No, you keep everybody home.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you know, and it's not like you're throwing anybody out. You know, it's just that.
Not that any other cultures do that.
Oh no, I was just saying it from like us, like our perspective. You know, it's kind of like
but
those are our likes.
It's their decision if they want to stay.
Yeah. So it kind of, you know, that's the trust and the communication and just the build a relationship we have with, you know, when you meet someone new. But yeah, I feel like that's one of the other likes that I'd say that's
why
I consider.
Isn't it like when you're trying to like move out, you only move to like not far away from it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
right? And close to home either way, and like his family's always there. You know, like other families too. But I feel like with other like us, you know, Mexicans and, you know, like I said, Filipinos, like I feel like the door's open always for you. You know, it's but it's kind of hard to explain.
Yeah.
But you guys know what I mean.
Yeah, unless you're part of the culture that you know, understand. And there's probably other cultures
that may be similar too, you know, but it's just from our perspective, kind of like from the topic that we were talking about.
Not just us, different.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody has their own culture, and whatever feels like home to them is what feels like home to them.
Yeah.
It's just specifically from because our cultures are also so very similar. That it's we have those similarities between our families.
Yeah.
It's funny though, because this was supposed to be funny, and they just turned to very wholesome.
I know, right? I'm just like, I love you guys. I fucking love you guys. Family, bros. I got your, I'll fucking die for you guys.
My door's open for you guys. Like, if you come to my door,
in reality, guys, the camera's gonna come right. He's gonna kill the fuck out.
Zombie apocalypse come.
You better not look through the little peephole.
I know.
Imagine zombie apocalypse come. Oh,
hey, Eric, let me say, hey, bro, get the fuck out of my house. There's no room in here.
This is Fast and Furious. We're not family.
Deep down, that's behind the scenes. Nah, but for real though, I think that's about it. The episode, guys.
Is it just food that you like it? Or?
And the women.
Yeah.
Anyway, there. But thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to follow us on the other platforms too, and check out our other episodes that you guys haven't watched them already. Stay tuned for other episodes that come out every other Tuesday and Saturday. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay safe. Peace.
Bisa.